Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions video. This is going to be Major Changes number 35, Part A and Part B. But before we get into that, I want to thank all you guys that have been watching my videos and subscribing to my channel and likes and sharing and all that stuff. A week ago I showed you my stats. And the subscriber list has gone up by 14 subscribers, and the views has gone up by 2,000 views, and that's in a week's time. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, and I hope next year is even better. And by the way, excuse me, by the way, this video right here is number 600. Alright, I did it. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the rest of the video. Alright guys, in my mail call that I did yesterday, I was wondering who sent this to me. Anyhow, the mystery has been solved. The same man that did the turnouts for me took it upon himself to send me this Fred kit to put in one of my boxcars or one of my other rolling stock. Bruce, thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. Anyhow, I have a couple of late mail calls that came in today, which is the 28th of January. The first one, and I have to do this video over again because it came out all blurry. Anyhow, I entered a contest about 2 months ago or so from Joel's Trains. The gift was a $50 gift certificate, which I had already received, and a t-shirt. So anyhow, like I said, I had to redo this video. The container is already open, and so this is what Joel sent me. Awesome BNSF t-shirt. Joel, I appreciate that very much, and there is a card in here. Let's see what the card says. Oh my God. Very cool, Joe. I appreciate this. Anyhow, he also sent me a $25 gift certificate for Home Depot, which is my favorite hardware store. Sorry for this package. Took so long to get here. I have literally been in a long, dark tunnel of work, sleep, and hopefully I will slow down soon. It will slow down soon. I don't know if this will get to you for Christmas, but even if not, I hope you and Diana have a Merry Christmas. Joel. I know it sounds like I can't read, but sometimes it's hard to read some of these people's handwriting. Anyhow, the next gift I got is from Peter. If I can get these over here. M. Peter LL. Anyhow, he sent it in this box, and like I said, I already did this video once, but you can see I ripped the box open, not knowing that he took nails and put them through the side of the box into the styrofoam. So let me show you what Peter sent me. Peter sent me a bunch of pine trees, and Peter, these will work out great to fill in all the empty spots up there and also behind there. Thank you very much. I appreciate this, and I wasn't expecting it. Anyhow, I think it's time now to get on with the rest of the video. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys and gals, now it's time for me to tell you why I am making the changes that I am making. I have these with no place to go. So I decided to do something about that. If you want to see what I did and how I made all my changes to accomplish this, stay tuned and I'll be right back. Alright guys. This is how I originally thought I was going to put this bridge, sitting on top of the abutments. I didn't like the way it looked, so what I did was, if you see right down in here, I did a little bump out on both of the abutments. So now, let me rearrange this here. I think it looks much better like that. Anyhow, I'm not going to leave it at that height. I'm going to adjust it up a little bit just so it looks like there's still some canyon left under that bridge. Otherwise, there'd be no purpose for that bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and jack it up, and we'll bring it back in a little bit. Alright guys, let's get on with the road for the bridge that I had built, that I have shown you guys in the last two videos, and that's the reason why I showed it to you guys in the last two videos, because we need to start with the bridge. Anyhow, what you see in front of you is the drawing I'm going to have of the road that's going to be on top of the bridge. And as you can see over here, it's going to come out to the edge of the layout, going to curve around and come out to the edge of the layout here again. I also am going to leave a little tab right here because at the very end I will have two supports to actually support this roadway. I don't want all the weight on the bridge. Anyhow, as soon as it gets a little bit later in the day, I'll go head out into my garage and cut this, and we'll place it on the layout and see how it's going to work. And this road will be a dirt road. After all the research that I've done, Ryan, Vermont the Rail Fan, and Roy, Container Man 68, we all concluded that this road is a dirt road and is not in use anymore. Alright guys, if you remember, this was the first configuration of the road that I was going to do, having it come in on an angle and leaving on an angle, which I thought was okay. Then I said, let me try something else. So then I took a piece of my hardboard and I configured this roadway. And I'll put this guy in here. And to be honest with you, I really didn't like it. These little wings over here are just for the support that I would need. Doing it this way kind of covers up the abutments, and it's way too thick and da 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 da. So let me show you what I decided to do. For my famous for sale sign, I decided to go with this configuration right here. And I think that will best suit this area. It doesn't take away from the bridge very much. From the bridge behind it, I should say. And it still looks like there's quite a different, quite a fall from here. It's actually 35 scale feet from the top of the road down to the bottom. Anyhow, this is pretty much what I'm going to go for. So we'll see how much more I can get done in this video. We still got to talk about major changes 35B. So let's see how much more I can get done here. Be back in a few. As we continue with this project, you see that I have added a new fascia right here, only because I needed a place for the road to sit on at the end of the layout. As you can see, here's my old layout, my old fascia. And also what I did in this part was I added a stanchion here and a stanchion here to support the curve on the road, and then I also added my 2 1/2-inch blocks that'll bring the bridge up by that 1/2 inch. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put these components in place, and I'll show you what that's going to look like. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, and so now we're back, and this is probably going to be the final video of this part of the layout. Because we still need to get on to major changes part B. Anyhow, what I did was I went ahead and gave this paint job, and I went ahead and gave this a paint job, which I don't really care what it looks like because this will be a dirt road. You can see the abutments in there pretty good. I got it pretty well centered with the railroad bridge, and so that's going to be about it for now. Anyhow, the first of the year, I'll be getting back on this. Actually, I'll be working on this over the holidays to get some scenery and stuff in here. It won't be complete, but it'll be close, better looking than what it is now. Anyhow, I will also be finishing the upper area back there, putting more scenery stuff down, and also down on this side. Alright guys, during my work that I've been doing on this layout, as you can see, I did start adding some more scenery to this area. Anyhow, it's done all the way around to there. I still need to repaint and reattach my fascia up there. It's just up there so I can get my hands in there. Anyhow, as you can see, we got scenery all the way down to the end. Now, I still need to finish all of this here and all of that there. As soon as I get my hard shell and my plaster cloth done in there, and I could add some more scenery, we'll get this done. Eventually, I want to get a static grass applicator, and I'm going to fill in a lot of the empty spots that you see up in there with static grass, because basically I'm going to show you a picture of what the area looks like. It's just a lot of bushes. Anyhow, let's carry on with the rest of this. I think from here on in we're going to get into part B of this video. Everything that you see up here is going to disappear. I need to get the top of this table cleaned off to proceed with the major changes. Anyhow, there's a lot of stuff that's all over the place down here. As you can see, it's just a total disaster area. So anyhow, we're going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to plan on doing to alleviate this problem. Okay, so step 2 for me to alleviate the problem of the mess on top of my layout. This is the west wall of my house, and as you can see, I've added some 10-inch by 15-inch brackets all the way down to the end there, and I'm going to be using a remnant of my previous layout, which is 8 feet long and 15 inches wide. And as you can see, I'm pretty close to level right there. Anyhow, let me show you what I'm going to use for this, and we'll get back to this project. As you can see, what's in front of you here right now is an 8-foot piece of 1/2-inch plywood. It goes all the way down to where the spray bottle is, and as you can see, it's still got some remnants of my old layout on there. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and spray up this stuff and start scraping it off. This is probably going to be the top. Anyhow, let's continue on with this. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got most of the ground cover up. That was fairly easy, and back in the day when I was part of working America, I was able to afford the finer things in model railroading, such as cork roadbed. Anyhow, I got that soaking right now, and we'll give it a few minutes and then I'll start to scrape that up. Alright, now all the cork is up. Now the only thing remaining for me to do is to get the whatever glue is left on there, and then I'm going to let this dry, and I might even give it a little bit of a paint color. Whatever paints I have in stock is the color that it's going to get. Anyhow, let me continue with that, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So okay, this is as far as I'm going to go as far as the cleaning goes. As you can see, it's all pretty much up except for some little glue spots left. I'm not really going to worry about that. All I want to do is to get a flat surface for all my stuff to sit on. And we'll see how it goes from there. So now I have a painted shelf, and I guess I should have showed you guys this at the beginning, but this is what I use. It's a Valspar sample bottle, and it's some kind of ugly green, but this is what I used when I did my my river. Anyhow, $3.95. They'll match any color you want. Okay, so now let's go see if this thing fits where I am intending to have it fit. All right, so now I've got the shelf that I had cleaned up and painted and put under my layout here, and it's 15 inches wide and 8 feet long. So I should be able to get rid of everything on top of my layout and put it on this shelf. Anyhow, let's get up to the top of the table and see how we're going to start arranging this stuff. Next on the agenda is going to be taking all of this stuff right here that you see on the top of my layout, take it all away and put it down on that shelf that I just built. And then I will be able to go a little further into the major part of this change. But until then, we'll see what happens. So now I don't know what to do. I have a clean tabletop. Anyhow, from this road right here all the way down to there is all clean, and also on this section here is pretty clean. And the mock-up I have of my engine facility is only temporary for now. When I get into the rest of this major changes, 35A and B, I will show you guys how that's going to be configured. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and put the two industries, or the one industry that belongs up in here that you guys, my new subscribers, have not seen yet, and give you an idea of what's supposed to be up there. Alright guys, we're going to start off in this area right here. As you can see, I've got a couple of homes back there, which is prototypical, and then there'll be a few down this street right here. But what goes on this corner right here is a small scrap yard. And then further down on here are non-rail serviced buildings or little industries or little businesses or whatever, but I do know that there's an auto zone right there on the corner. Anyhow, now that you get an idea what I'm going to do there, we'll come over to here. And that was the very first scratch build I did with using steel I-beams and steel products. And I don't know if you can see the yellow thing back there, but that actually is an overhead crane that I had to heavily modify to get into this building. Anyhow, I don't have the foundation there right now, but the foundation has a lot of detailed parts like steel sheets and pipes and so on and so forth. Anyhow, there are 3 more buildings that go here. That's part of the complex. And then there's one more building here, which is the main office that will go there. Next to that, we have a heavy truck repair shop, actually a heavy equipment repair shop, and in front of that will be a heavy equipment leasing company. As we move further down the road, we have sand plumbing. Now I'm not sure if that's the way I'm going to configure it. It is actually perpendicular to the cross streets right there, but I thought maybe putting it this way you'd be able to see the details on both sides of the industry. Anyhow, I'll take you down to the shelf that I built and show you where all of this stuff went. Alright, so all the stuff that I had on top of my layout is now down here on this shelf that I put together. This entire shelf is all related to scenery products. As you can see, I've got my mixing buckets down there. I have my gold miners sifter down there. The stuff that I use most often is up front. And also, I added a strip of LEDs under here. I know it's kind of blurring out on you. I didn't have enough to go all the way across the top, but eventually I will. But in the meantime, let me turn on this light. And you can see that I also put a shelf down on the bottom. Has all my tools and electrical stuff and whatever. Again, stuff that I use most often is up front. And then I have some boxes on the floor. And my drill motor. But anyhow, I think now is the time for me to get on to the major change of this video. So, if you guys are interested, hang out and we'll be back in a few minutes. So we're going to stop at the beginning of the yard. Right here, I don't know if you, let me get you closer. Right here is an Atlas curve turnout. That turnout used to be over there. I wanted to take it out of this so I would have no obstructions for mainline running all the way around the entire layout. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you while we're doing the yard, and the reason why I'm doing this yard is because every turnout that you see with tape on it, let me back this out so I get a better long shot. Every turnout you see with tape on it is going to get replaced with the turnouts that Bruce made for me. Alright, and the reason why I reconfigured the yard is for this space right here. And for this space right here, I am going to be doing the old Santa Fe Depot, downtown Phoenix. So let me get you back this way. And on this side, I got another turnout there, and another turnout here, and another turnout there, that are all going to be replaced thanks to Bruce Giroux. Anyhow, I'm going to show you something similar to the station that's downtown, and I'll show you what's going to look like. So stay tuned and we'll be back in a little bit. So, all the wire that I got and the connectors and the shrink tubing and all of that, I got that because I am going to rewire this entire room from here all the way down to that wall down there, and then all of this up in here. All of it, all the way down to the back end. Anyhow, I'll explain how this, how my yard's going to work here. A train that comes in on lead 1, let me get you in closer. Comes in on lead 1 is only for tankers, and it will have 3-track. Sorry about all the extra movement there, guys. Those 3-track will go all the way to the back end, and way back there is a place called Love's. Now you guys that have been on the road, especially you truckers, know that Love's has quite a few gas stations along the freeways, and so they get tankers here to fill up their tanker trucks. Anyhow, the train will pull in straight, and where that turnout is, that's going to be a runaround. He'll come down the 2nd track, and he'll be able to do a runaround to move his tankers around, or to go back to the engine facility, which I'll show you in a minute. Lead 2. He comes in, and he's going to be for freight, any kind of freight cars. Anyhow, he's going to come in here, and he's going to have 4-track. He's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to go all the way back. And the same thing with him, he's going to have a runaround back there. The space behind the runaround is enough for 2 locomotives. Same thing on that one. Now, I'm also going to be adding the industries that I used to have here, which was Paramount Petroleum, which is going to go right here. It's now an asphalt place. Yeah, an asphalt place. Anyhow, come around here a little further, and in the back there, we're going to have two more industries. We're going to have Flex Foam and SRNG Cement. Now, I'm putting that back into the layout, first of all, because it is there, it is prototype, both of those buildings are. But now, Drake has a place to send its loaded cement cars. Yay! And finally, I'm going to move the camera back here so you can see this a little bit better. Alright, like I said, this track here will come in and it will feed the two industry back here, which are those two right there. But it also will feed the locomotive facility. And there it goes. Let me see if I can get you up higher, or I don't know how to get you a better shot of that. Anyhow, locomotive facility, there's 4-track back there. And in the future, if I should win the lottery, I am going to put a turntable in there. Because Mobest Yard does have a turntable, and it is operational. The blue building is just a stand-in right now for the yard office, and the green building also is just a stand-in for the office there for Love's gas station. Anyhow, now let me get resituated here, and I'll show you the main event. Alright guys, what you're looking at right now is the depot that's downtown Phoenix that is no more in use, and Amtrak service does not go through Phoenix, but on my layout it does. Anyhow, this structure from this end right here to that end right there, my model will be 350 or 360 scale feet long. It's close to prototypical. I like it because of the Spanish or Southwestern architecture that it has. It really looks good with all these different roof lines here, and also on the ends would be the same type of roof sculpting, if you want to call it that. I'm going to try and work with somebody on this to help me do this model. I'm not going to mention no names now just in case it doesn't happen, but if it does happen, I will tell you who it is and what we're going to be doing. Anyhow, I think that's going to be all for this Major Changes 35. I think this video is going to be pretty long. But anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know what I'm up to. For now, I am going to be trying to get the upper level complete before I start putting the new turnouts down in the bottom, like I showed you guys earlier in this video, because I don't have too much more time left. My special guest will be here on January 3rd, and I want to have the entire layout running by the time that person gets here. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out. See you guys next year.